Today on the show, quick rundown. After weeks of threatening Greenland and accidentally mistaking Iceland for Greenland, Trump Truth Social that we will no longer be going after Greenland. We're going to talk about that a little bit. We are going to talk about the terrible picture of a little boy in a blue bunny hat who was detained, kidnapped by ICE, sent to Texas. Then we're going to recap Jack Smith on Capitol Hill, who testified about January 6th, our pile Macophonon, made some waves there. And then we're going to have California gubernatorial candidate Javier Becerra, who was the Secretary of Health and Human Services, on to talk about what's happening in California, what's happening around the world. But here we go. Here we go, ladies. So if you were on Polymarket this week and you put money on Trump tacoing, Trump always chickens out, on Greenland, you would have won some money this week, because Trump Truth Socialed after he threatened the EU with tariffs. He Truth Socialed, never mind. He said, based on a productive meeting, everybody's going to have a great deal. Everybody's going to be super happy. I just want to point out that the United States already had the ability to put troops on Greenland, and nobody can tell me like what actually has sizably changed here, except my heart rate, except that like the cortisol levels I've been under. What was your reaction to this guy? Like what?
Like, I just, at this point, it's almost just like the Mel Robbins let them theory.
It'll work. It worked.
Because at this point, I'm like, this man has traumatized me twice. It's like, I give him a second chance. I'm like, I have to be aware. I think this is a moment where I think America needs to wake up, especially with him pushing for no midterms. And I think he's trying to show that he can behave and he can, oh, I was just kidding. Oh, I'm not that great. I'm like, these are moments to be aware of totally. What he says he's going to do, as much as what he says he's not going to do, and says, because I don't believe him. I don't believe like him that he's saying that he can do anything. We guys have to be kind of prepared for anything. I think I was like, you have Venezuela. I'm like, this is all about resources. This isn't the Beijing. I'm like, at least we're still per NATO after. That's right now. That was what I was really scared of.
Yeah, me too.
Question, Rebecca. I was texting Rebecca about this last night, and it was kind of late. It was like 9:00, and I go, I just got to be real with you. I just don't understand Greenland anymore, because like
it's a distraction. It's a distraction from what's going on here and our healthcare and everything. Like
this AI.
Like, I was like, are these AI photos going to be in like our children's history books? Like, yeah, this is what is going to happen. This is what we're seeing.
They have history books.
And right, they're going to have freaking...
What the entry?
Go ahead.
Well, I'm just kind of like, what would be I still keep coming back to like Venezuela. It's not that I agree with it, but it's like, okay, I get there is a resource there, right? So my question, and I feel like, Rebecca, maybe you can answer this, and I couldn't put it together last night at 9:00, is like, what is the resource of Greenland? Is it just control in an area that we don't have
oil
control in? Or is there that much oil?
I think, so there's minerals there. I think there's a lot of minerals. And I think there's a lot of land. But my gut, okay, so when you ask me this, I've had this experience before where there's something that happens, and like I'm a nerd, like I really like to understand things, and so I'll go down like a rabbit hole, and I'll be like, and then Congress does this, and then what's this, and then I'll get to the bottom of the story, and I'll be like, oh, actually this is freaking dumb. Actually, like the reason you don't understand this is because it makes no sense, and your brain is trying to make logical sense of something that does not make sense. I genuinely think, I mean, this is truly my opinion, but my read of the situation is that Trump wants to do what all strongmen want to do. And he looked at Greenland and he was like, look, that's a really big piece of land that's really close to the United States. And that would really look good on the US map. I think it is as simple as that. Like, yes, there are minerals there. Yes, it's close to the Arctic. Yes, ice is melting. And so new trade routes are coming in. But I really think it was as simple as, I would like this on a map. And I don't think that he thought as far as to be like, oh, if NATO craters, all of these trade agreements crater. all of our
Right.
troops that are in like Germany and like all these places where they can activate are going to crater. And I just think that he didn't think that. And like I said, there's an agreement from 1951 that allows U.S. troops in Greenland, like a lot of U.S. troops. So it's not like it wasn't there to begin with. And so it's just like old fool who, by the way, couldn't even keep it straight whether it was Iceland or Greenland that he wanted and Davos. Like,
That sounds like all of us.
I was like, playing except like poor Iron
He can't say. I was like, he can't say Azerbaijan anymore. That used to be one of his words that he could say. He can't say it anymore.
Wait, look. By the way, he's got new bruises on his hands. He's got, and this one is on his left hand, his non-dominant hand. So Caroline Levin, who was out here saying, "Oh, it's because he's shaking too many hands." Like, dude, it's falling apart from the inside out and taking us down with him.
Oh, I'm like, excuses. I'm like, that's just.
Yeah.
You know, I'm wondering if that could be like a bruise also from IVs.
I think that's what I think too.
You know, it could be, but also like, why would they put it in his hands? I think that it's just like this dude like pops aspirin like it's going out of style, and he's an old dude. And like, do you remember when CBS reported that Jonathan Ross? I'm coming in hot today. I'm caffeinated.
I like love this.
Do you remember when CBS reported that Jonathan Ross had internal bleeding? The guy who shot and killed Renee Good. Bruises are internal bleeding. You know who else has internal bleeding right now? President Donald Trump. Like, give me freaking break. You know,
I was like a freaking like a pine needle, just going a little bit too deep. Like that man. That thing. I was like, that man's blood is so thin. Like it could be like anything.
That dude is
probably not wishing him harm, but it's just like. Take care.
Thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers.
You know, first of all, someone on Robert Levinson is asking, is Meredith from Boston? You know what? You would be right. How did you know? Little twinge of the accent. But you know, one of the things that I keep thinking about is like, there is one thing that Trump has given me, and he has normalized something for my community. And that is the community of people who only self-tan their faces and then don't self-tan the rest of their bodies. Like, for years, we have been mocked. I've been dealing with this since the 7th grade. And so I guess my thought process is like, dude, are you not above like just like putting a little Saint-Tropez on that hand? Like, let's just blend, baby, blend.
Blend, baby.
Well, yeah, the other countries that we probably want to focus on, there's a tough one that I think a lot of people that has kind of captured the attention of, I'm sure the world, if we were in other parts of it. But we're going to talk a little bit about Liam Conjejo Ramos, who is the 5-year-old boy in a Minneapolis suburb who was taken from his driveway by federal ICE agents earlier this week while returning from preschool. Yeah, this is the photo heard around the world. It's devastating. I mean, he is being held in an ICE facility in Texas with his father, and the family's attorney has shared that they are here from Ecuador by asylum. They're not here illegally. They came in 2024 via asylum, and I think like that's one of the most important things. That first of all, I just like don't believe in anyone being illegal. Like I just don't believe that then can be illegal. I don't. And so. But when people come down on all of this and they go, well, they didn't come into this country the right way. Well, guess what? Like the first quote unquote right way isn't. Guess there's a lot of people who didn't come into this country the right way. That's how this whole thing got started. But
us, like because we don't have a robust immigration system.
They don't make the system easy for people to go through. I've known many people who have gone through the right way and gone through the wrong way, or they're still here illegally in the middle of going through the process right way and get detained in between. But you don't know, you just see people getting pulled out and you don't know the part of the process. What disgusts me about Liam is the fact that we are now getting to, the point that there are people detention centers right now, but the fact that he was used as bait for his father. We were using children and bait, and I was like, I will say, I'm like, this is the stuff that we haven't seen since like the Nazis of like what. I'm like, this is not seeing a human being, a child. The
In his
separation.
little bunny hat.
Look at any 5-year-old, a baby. And even seeing videos and this, I'm like, I'm glad that pictures like this are getting traction, because it's people have to start waking up, and I'm like, we're having allies, and I think it's getting to the point where it can be anybody. It's not, you think it's starting with Latinos, they're picking everybody up. Nobody.
For everybody. That's right. Yeah.
Well, you know what's funny? This photo, I'm thinking about this photo, and I'm remembering a photo that, really kind of took everyone's attention, and that is the photo of Elian Gonzalez.
Yeah.
And that was a different situation. Now that I know more about the Elian Gonzalez case, I know a lot more. But I think the thought process was we were all horrified that people came in and grabbed this little boy, and it was terrifying, it was awful, and that was the reaction of everyone. Why are we not having that same reaction when we see Liam being pulled from his driveway?
I mean, I've said this. I'm like, they killed Renee Good, a white woman, and no one really cared because she was gay. They're like, but she was married to a man, but she wasn't married to one when she died. Like, that's becoming the things of that.
Well, and like their ability to spin things, because so I saw this picture on, God, now that it's all blending together, but I saw it on like an evening, and by the next morning, like clearly the administration was like, ooh, this is a bad one, and they sent out DHS, and then JD Vance, like the most charismatic man in the world, to talk about it. I think we have like a short
Mr. Wonderful.
Mr. Wonderful.
We have a little clip. Let's play the clip.
Is it here in Minneapolis Thursday? Vice President JD Vance saying the agents were protecting the child.
Well, what are they supposed to do? Are they supposed to let a 5-year-old child freeze to death?
The family's attorney insisting father and son entered the United States legally.
Pull this down. I'm sorry.
Okay, one thing I want to say, because I think
he had his cute little blue hat on, you guys.
Right?
Let him freeze to death.
Serious
two thing. First of all, another member of the family was at the house who wasn't getting taken by ICE and was like, I let him stay with me. But the second thing that I want to say, and this is like on a broader thing, is I'm going to stop calling them ICE facilities. I'm going to start calling them prisons.
Camps. They are like a likely concentration camp.
It's like,
is there a facility? Yeah.
No, the facility is the nicest word for it. I mean, like, Meredith and I have like talked with people who have worked at Border Patrol. We've only gotten an idea of what has happened in the past with that before. Right. I can only imagine what we've heard Meredith is happening and going on further and now. Right. People not getting clean water. People are getting killed. People are getting killed in
somebody was killed there. They're not letting Congress people. They're changing the rules so that it's harder to get in and check out the facility. The facility. It's a prison. I've been reading there's people talking about like the food is unsanitary. There's people who are not getting. We've heard stories about people with cancer who are unable to get medications, and now there's a little boy who, and by the way, like, I reject that your options are leave him out to freeze or send him to a concentration camp in another state. Like, those are not your only two options. And if those are your only two options in the United States of America, we've lost, that's insane. It's
like, just be aware, everybody, when you're around seeing people. Even I was just driving near Runyon Canyon, and there's a sign that says, anyone seen the fruit guy that used to be on this block? People are disappearing. They want you to get used to this happening. Don't get used to this happening. And that's what I will leave it on. I hope that he's, they're alive, and they're, At least if you have your family through this, I hope you have everything. So
I know exactly the guy that you're talking about. That's so scary. That's really scary.
Yeah. And even if this person has not been kidnapped, maybe they're not safe enough to leave their home, and so they can't go out and do their job, so they can't make money for their family, which, by the way, is often people need money sometimes to be able to get their citizenship. It's kind of like and it's like, I think we just have to keep talking about it. We have to keep
being angry.
Mayan, where's your shirt? You have a shirt.
Oh yes, I do. My light has been, my Amazon light's been turning on. This is my abolish ICE. This is like,
I love it.
From Shepherd Ferry.
I get it.
You know, I'm all for saying something with it. Let's say it's something.
It's so sick, and we're going to talk to our guest about this in a minute, but like, it's coming everywhere. You know, like, I just keep looking at Minnesota, and I'm like, it's, you know, weird.
No, talk to your congressmen about the DHL bill.
I'm going to make my moment. Jack Smith on Capitol Hill yesterday. Let's talk about that for a minute. I just want to play a clip of Jack Smith went to Capitol Hill to testify and defend his indictment of Donald Trump in January 6th. And Vienna, do we have a clip of him? Because I just like, in no uncertain
President
terms.
Trump was charged because the evidence established that he willfully broke the law, the very laws he took an oath to uphold. Grand juries in 2 separate districts reached this conclusion based on his actions, as alleged in the indictments they returned. Rather than accept his defeat in the 2020 election, President Trump engaged in a criminal scheme to overturn the results and prevent the lawful transfer of power. After leaving office in January of 21, President Trump illegally kept classified documents at his Mar-a-Lago social club and repeatedly tried to obstruct justice to conceal his continued retention of those documents.
There you have it, folks. There you have it.
It's so crazy that just holding the president accountable is just like that's what is crazy, and everyone's like, oh my God, he's doing it. But thank God, you know, bless him and God protect him, because like that's it. I have so much respect for
Jack
him
Smith.
being
I'm getting on yesterday and watching this live on TikTok, which says so much about live. And just like, it was really, I really was trying to watch it to be like, what could Republicans possibly have to say about this? And truly, I mean, their only argument was like, oh, the timing that you brought this forward could be construed as political in relationship to the election. And it's like, okay, first of all, if that's your only argument, he's about to not be able to be indicted if he becomes president. Like, of course, he's done under the wire because the Supreme Court decided that he can't be held accountable for any of his actions. But just like the absolute capitulation was,
oh, good word.
Like, it really, like, you almost don't want to believe it. You're like, how is this possible? But it was just like, I'm sitting there getting my nails done, watching some TikTok like a crazy person. And I was like, these people really just have completely, they don't exist beyond.
It's well, and who's gonna want to have these jobs after this? Like, you know what I mean? Seeing the way you can get, like, I mean, Jack Smith is probably going through it now, right?
Yeah.
And all these other people who, like, whether it's, you know, Jerome Powell, who, like, you know, these are like nerdy jobs that we need people who, like, don't want to be in the drama of it all to be. And now it's like, no one's going to want these jobs. That's the thing. Like, who would want to? I mean, you're going to sacrifice your family, your livelihood, all this kind of stuff. So we're not going to get good enough, like, honest, nonpartisan people to do these jobs.
Well, I feel like I saw somebody tweet, they said politics used to be for passionate nerds and now it's for vengeful dorks, which are very different. And by the way, that's why Trump's cabinet, like Kash Patel, in no other world, a podcaster, could ever be the head of the FBI. Like,
Right.
Like, Trump only picks people who are incompetent and feel like fall on their knees for him, because exactly, it's like, who's competent, who could get this job under any administration who has like devoted their life to public service would ever want to work under these circumstances. It's
I'm like, they're making another Rush Hour 4 because they want to. I'm like, God, I wish if my show wasn't the only Latino show on television when it was on. God, if they were a fan, I would have asked for a 4th season. If that was,
well, it managed.
I'm like Oprah's book club. What's Trump's watch list? Every actor's gonna want to get on that one to get work.
Wow. I mean, Lanya's getting the $40 million documentary from Bezos next week. So
Get Trump into Traders. Actually,
surely, you joke, but that's a good idea.
I'm like, oh God, watch that. Gonna be
no.
Christy Dome hunts me.